Welcome to Tarleton Public Radio. I'm the Development Director, Drew Myers, and it is my honor and privilege to sit down with Dr. James Hurley for the second year in a row. Dr. Hurley, thanks for sitting down with us. Appreciate it.
Drew, good morning. Good election morning, and
yes, sir.
Thank you for having me. And I know this is tape delayed, but we hope that everyone exercises their right to go vote.
Absolutely. I haven't had a chance to tell you this. Happy 125th anniversary.
It feels good to be 125, right? We look pretty good here at Tarleton State at 125. But what an incredible blessing and opportunity to be living in this moment, being part of the Tarleton State University family as we celebrate this incredible milestone.
My first question is a three-part question. Don't be overwhelmed. I'll walk you through this. I want to focus on the past, present, and future. Okay, let's start with the past. Sum up Tarleton State University over the last 125 years. Can you do that?
Yeah, it's a great question. So to sum up 125 years, we have to go back to the origin and our founder, John Tarleton, who left his life's fortune to create an institution of learning, higher learning, and to create access, opportunity, and affordability. For then, it was for people of Erath and surrounding counties. So obviously, our mission has grown much more than that original mission 125 years ago. But I have to think that John Tarleton is so pleased today to see this institution and what it's grown into, and the fact that it really, the premise of Tarleton State for 125 years has been anchored on student success.
I love that. Let's focus on the present. What does this milestone anniversary mean to this university?
Well, it means that we have persevered when a lot of other institutions have not been able to even reach 100 years, let alone 125 years. Currently, the current state of higher education is we're under immense pressure from a lot of fronts, right? We have now public sentiment that questions whether a 4-year college degree is really worth the investment or worth the price, so to speak. We have political leaders that on both sides question the same thing as well. And we have an economy that's really knowledge-based. And we're in a talent acquisition economy as well. So not only do we have to prepare young people to enter a very rapid, fast-paced economy that is tech-centered and knowledge-centric, but also companies are at an enormous rate trying to gobble up the very best talent. And so we're at this crossroads where we have to be a beacon of light and hope for the hopeless and voice for the voiceless as a public entity, a public institution of higher ed, to provide, again, access, opportunity, and affordability, and give every single Texan that walks across that stage with that baccalaureate degree an opportunity to gainfully employ themselves and to make their lives better and the lives of their families better.
Now let's look to the future. Get your crystal ball out. What happens at Tarleton State University over the next 125 years?
Well, I think current state, we're the fastest growing public university in Texas, number one. We're among the top 5 fastest growing comprehensive public universities in the nation. And so when you couple those two things together, a lot of students, a lot of parents, a lot of supporters, a lot of legislators across our state believe in the mission and the vision of the institution. And so I think we're going to continue this incredible growth trajectory. I think we're going to continue over the next 125 years to evolve and grow and innovate to meet the needs of not only the region, but now the state and the nation, because we're now categorized according to the United States Department of Ed. We're no longer a regional university. We are a national public comprehensive university, which means not only should we focus on the needs of the state, we have to focus on the needs of the country as well.
Let's keep the growth conversation going, because Tarleton's growing, not just from enrollment. I see it. The buzz around Tarleton is all about growth, from construction to programs and everything. Talk about the growth and what that means for this university.
Well, it means more for the state, right? Because as a public university, a public entity that is tasked with meeting the needs of the state, and we're obviously funded by taxpayers, we have to be very mindful and innovative to ensure that we're meeting those needs. So So growth, not only, as you alluded to, Drew, in enrollment, we also have to think about research. What research are we conducting to make the state and the world a better place? We have to be innovative with programmatic development to ensure that we are meeting the workforce needs. I mean, we're less than 60 miles to Fort Worth, which is one of the nation's fastest growing, it is the number one fastest growing metropolitan city in the country. And so as Fort Worth continues to grow, and they continue to grow south because they can't grow north, they're trapped, right? Dallas, Frisco, Arlington, Denton, all of those cities are growing. And so Fort Worth's growth is suppressed south to us. And so over the next 10, 15, 20 years, Stephenville, Granbury, Weatherford, Cleburne, Glen Rose, those cities are going to look very different. It's just a mathematical certainty, and it's inevitable. So we have to be nimble enough to create this growth mindset and meet the growing demand and the growing needs of a very fast-growing region. And so that's why we're since 2019, we've added 35 new academic programs. Those are at the associate, baccalaureate, master's, and doctoral levels. So we're trying to constantly innovate to give our students an opportunity to be successful and pursue the degrees that A, they want to pursue, but B, also meets the needs of the state.
Let's shift gears for just a minute. There's two programs that I really want to talk about that have come on my radar that I'm really fired up about, and I know you are as well. That's the 125 guarantee and Tarleton becoming a military-friendly campus. Can you talk about those just real quick, Dr.
Yeah,
Hurley?
the 125 guarantee is something that we were brainstorming as an executive cabinet. That's all the vice presidents and myself. We were talking through different potential initiatives to, one, really focus on enhancing our 4-year graduation rate, which is really important to all of us. But how do we incentivize these students that stay the course, uber focused on academic success? And one of our vice presidents said, well, why don't we come up with the 125 guarantee where if the end goal is to reward these students with $1,000, and many of us, you and I, would think that $1,000 isn't as much money as it used to be, because we forget we were also broke college kids
Right.
once upon a time too. $1,000 for me, I was a first generation poverty product. $1,000 upon graduation for me would have been really significant. And for most all of our students, $1,000 after graduation is significant. It gives them just a little leg up on having a payment for whatever they need entering the workforce. And so we said we could take $125 per semester, and that equates to your $1,000. So it wasn't my idea. It was someone much smarter than me. But it's just a little small incentive in a way for us to say, thank you for staying the course. Thank you for taking the academic rigor and applying it to 4-year completion.
I graduated from Midwestern State University in 4 years, and I got $0.00 when I graduated.
Same here. I graduated at 4 years from the University of Pikeville. Had to take obviously summer school. I was an education and a business major, so I double majored, and I had a lot of debt.
Right.
I know I didn't have $1,000, but I owed several thousands of dollars, teens of thousands of dollars upon completion. And $1,000 would have made a big difference. And so it's just, again, it's a small way. It's not so much about the money. It's about us figuring out a way to say thank you in time to 125.
Love that. Talk about Tarleton becoming a military-friendly campus.
Yeah, to sum that up, so we want our goal is by 2030 to become a senior military college. So we have one of 8 federally recognized Corps of Cadet programs in the country, and along with Texas A&M University. Among those 8, 6 of those institutions are senior military college institutions. So we want to do that. And in order to do that, we want to continue to step up and meet the needs of our vets. We are very proud of our military heritage here, which we've had really since almost the inception of the institution. And so figuring out a way to do more for our vets and those that are still currently enlisted and those that are still serving abroad, how can we meet our vets and our soldiers where they are?
I love it. Last thing, we'll let you get out of here. Homecoming was a few weeks ago, and I'm not able to go to all the homecoming festivities. I live in Glen Rose. I have daddy duty, all the things, but I was able to go to one event. the Shane Smith concert right here on campus. And Dr. Hurley, I just want to say thank you to you and your staff for bringing one of my favorite all-time bands to Tarleton. I loved that concert. It was so cool. And I saw you and your family out there enjoying it as well.
Well, and that's what we're about here is at Tarleton State, is creating a family atmosphere. And Drew, we booked Shane Smith and the Saints just for you. So I'm glad you enjoyed. They did an incredible job. And as always, homecoming is just so special. And it's good to see all of the students and alumni come together as one big Tarleton State family.
You guys do it right here for sure. That's going to do it, Dr. Hurley. Always appreciate it. Thank you so much. You're listening to Tarleton Public Radio. Again, my name is Drew Myers. Bleed Purple.